بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين حمدا كثيرا طيبا مباركا فيه واشهد ان لا اله الا الله وحده لا شريك له واشهد ان محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وعلى اله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا. أما بعد, we continue our discussion on the book Adab al-Masjid as-Salah, the etiquette of walking to the Salah. And we have reached the page where the Sheikh is talking about the man that entered the Masjid and he prayed and he gave the Prophet ﷺ salam, and the Prophet ﷺ told him, go back because you have not prayed. And then he prayed again and he came back to the Prophet ﷺ. He said, go back. He said, you have not prayed. And the third time, he says, he swears, he said, by the one who sends you, that I do not know I don't know more than this, so teach me. So the Prophet ﷺ told him, he said to him, إِذَا قَمْتِ إِلَى الصَّلَاةِ, that if you stand for prayer, فَكَبِّرْ, then stand, say Allahu Akbar. ثُمَّ اقرأ ما تيسر معك من القرآن, then recite what is easy for you in the Quran. Then he says ثُمَّ اركع, then make ruku until you are in a state of tranquility. Meaning when you go to your ruku, you have to be in a state of tranquility. Then you come back from there, you stand up. To the end of the hadith. So, Sheikh Salih Fawzan, he said, فَدَلَّ عَلَىٰ أَنَّ الْمُسَمَّى فِي هَذَا الْحَدِيثِ لَا يَسْقُطُ بِحَالٍ. He said, because what is mentioned in this hadith, a person does not leave it off. And this is what we spoke about when we spoke about the rukun, the arkan of the salah. We mentioned arkan of salah, which, how many are there? 14. The pillars of the salah, there are three parts of salah in total. We have the what? We have the pillars, and what else?
Conditions.
That's before the salah. Condition is coming before the salah. Then what? The wajibat. Jazakallah khairan, yes. The wajibat and what? And the sunan. So those ones, these three, as related to sujood sasawi, they are different ruling that's connected to them. But the Sheikh is talking here, and we're going to talk about those three. We're going to talk about in detail, inshallah. But the Sheikh says that, meaning that what the Prophet mentioned in this hadith, they're not dropping in any condition, in any situation. Those 14 pillars, if a person made a mistake, or if he forgets him, his salah is invalid. And what are they? Let's go over. So for those who are not here, when we mentioned them yesterday, what are they? What's the first one? Huh? Takbir is the first one? No, that's not the first one. What's the first one? No.
Yeah, like the pillars.
Qiyama Qudra. Standing if you have the ability, you have to stand. Right? Standing. If you have the ability to stand and you don't stand, then your salah is not valid. Then the next thing is what? Takbirat al-ihram. You say Allahu Akbar. If you don't say Allahu Akbar, you enter salah. You have not started your salah. What's after that? Surah al-Fatiha. If you don't recite Surah al-Fatiha, of course there are issue of madahib, that some of the madahib, they mention that you don't have to recite the Surah al-Fatiha. But what is closer to what is safer and closer to the truth is that you recite Surah al-Fatiha. You want to put yourself in a position where, your salah is doubted, right? So it's better to recite Surah al-Fatiha. Then what else? Ruku. Make ruku. If you make ruku, if you go to sujood without making ruku, then if you intentionally do it, definitely salah is invalid. If you forget it and you remember it, you have to come back, even if you're in the last rakah. Mention that if you praying and you forget that you didn't make ruku in the first rakah, in the last rakah, you have to come back to the position of the ruku or any of the pillars. You come to the where you mix the pillar you miss, and you continue from there. It shows how serious this is. So after that, what's that? Come back from ruku. Taib after that? Sujood. Okay. What's after that?
Make sure you're on all seven.
The sitting between the sajdatain.
Well, you have to come back first, right?
Sitting
You have to come back. That you have to come back. Then after that, Julus bin
sitting between
bin sajdatain. Yeah, that's one of them. Yeah, that's one of them. Then after that,
Tranquility between.
I haven't taken in all of the ador, like the body parts have to be tranquil. You can't be moving fast. If you move too fast,
they must come to a complete stop in between.
they have to be tranquil. You have to. If you're moving too fast, yeah, that you have to be tranquil in all of the body. But if you're moving fast, that's a nullifier as well too.
Oh, that's
Yeah, you have to be tranquil in terms of your. Yeah, that's what I'm. Yeah, tumanina. Jazakallah. That's what I'm telling you. Yeah. What else? What's after that?
I do not understand when you say you miss the pillow, you have to go back all the way to the pillow and then.
Yeah, if you. What we are saying is that, example.
Do you repeat just the rak'ah, you miss that pillow?
Yeah, if you. Example that we mentioned is that the ruku.
Yeah.
When you maybe you make you go to ruku, matalan, you go for ruku, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then instead of you standing up, you go all the way to sujood.
Mm-hmm.
Then you kept doing it. You did the first rakah, the second rakah, third rakah.
Mm-hmm.
Then you remember, I did not come back from ruku in the first rakah. You have to come back. You have to get up again and come back from that and continue all the rakah that comes after. All the ones that you did before, they're null and void.
How about he stop completely, start again?
It's better where you can start again. You can start, but it's disliked not to start again. And once you start in your salah,
If you miss the Fatiha,
yeah,
the rak'ah, the same thing you do.
the same thing. Yes.
Some ulama say it's haram to break it. But
Yeah, no, it's yes,
What I
it's
learned before they say you just throw that rak'ah and then you repeat it.
that's not the correct position. The position you come back to it and you build up from that point and you continue the rest of the rakat. Now, so what's after that? How many have you mentioned so far now?
I think that was 9.
We mentioned 9.
Yeah.
Okay, what's after that?
And the 13.
Tertib. Jazakallah khairan. Yeah, tertib. So in order, you cannot do sujood before you do ruku. Right? You have to, everything has to be in order. What's after that? Come on, brothers. Before that.
Oh, the city.
Oh, well, yeah. Naam, tayyib. Naam. Tashahud al-akhir. Yeah. Naam. Akhir. What else?
one salam to exit the salah.
You have to sit under. You have to sit down.
Sitting for this.
Sitting for it.
Yeah.
Okay, so how many we have left?
That's 12.
Huh?
That's
2
12.
more.
What's left? 2 more. Okay, what's the 2 more
You
left?
have one, the salah to exit, the salam to
That's
exit.
it. Okay, but we still have one more.
This Prophet sent it.
Sela- Well, the brother, some of the madahib, huh?
Is that a part of Tayyat? Sending salams?
Is
Salatul Ibrahimiyya, no,
I think that's it.
they're separate.
Let me check. Tumanina al-Adha. We're missing something. Let me see. It's 14, right? How many we mentioned?
We did 12.
We did 12. You mentioned it.
Saying
Just-
Atiyat.
Atayat, yeah, we mentioned that.
And then
Yeah, they mentioned sitting for it. They mentioned
We sitting for it. We mentioned sitting for it. What else?
What
What am I missing?
You have to start.
Salat Ibrahimiyya.
Not an arkan.
Depending on the madhab you mentioned, right? But there are 14 of them. I think we mentioned about.
Have a good rest in between the positions.
We mentioned that, which is tranquility.
That's called. Okay.
Yes, it's Tumanina. The Sheikh mentioned that. Okay, but 14 of them. So all of these 14, if a person,
Oh, the transition of takbirat.
no, that's not part of that. That's not part of that.
Wajibat. That's wajibat.
Yeah. So all of these 14, if a person missed them, whether he forgets or if it's intentional, of course, automatically, salah is nullified. But if he forgets and once he remembers, he has to come back. If he's still in the salah, he has to come back. If he remember after salah, he has to do it over again. Now,
I see what threw us off.
what's that?
We said Qiyam was the first one, but the first one is actually Niyat.
That's what I said. Yeah, I said niyyah.
Niyyah is not part of that.
Yeah.
Niyyah is not.
Yeah.
Niyyah is not.
Qiyam,
We never mentioned niyyah. And niyyah,
because that'll make 14 because sending salam upon the prophet is 13 and then the final taslim is 14. We were missing one because we didn't mention Niyat.
niyyah is not part of it. Niyyah is automatically, it's not included in that. Eh?
So
The scholars mention, the first thing they mention is standing with the ability.
I thought first one is a niyat.
Yeah.
Niyyah
Because
is,
if we start with Qiyam and go through all, we only gonna have 13.
no, let's go, we're going to go by inshallah.
I'm telling you,
Let's
I'm
go.
looking right at it.
Okay, let's look at it. Let's go back. Number one is standing with the ability. Number two,
Open the takbir.
takbir. Number three,
Fatiha,
Fatiha. Number four,
ruku,
ruku'. Number five,
Rising.
rising from it. Okay, number six,
Sujood.
sujud. Huh?
coming.
Coming back from it. Okay, what's after that?
Sitting between the two
Sitting
prostrations.
position. Okay, number seven.
Two
Number nine. Sorry, number nine. Right, number nine.
manina.
I'm at 8.
You're 8 now.
Yeah.
Nine.
Nine. It's 9 now.
Now you gotta do 9.
9 now. So number 9 is
The tranquility.
tranquility. Number 10.
Final
30.
tashahhud.
No.
Doing it in order.
In order. We have in order, like you mentioned. After that,
They're sitting for the last.
No, the final tashahhud.
finish the tashahhud.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sitting for it.
Sitting for it. After that,
12.
Sending salam
And
on
it's
the prophet.
Salah Ibrahimiyya.
Yeah. And
And
then testing out.
and Taslima. That's 14. Now. Taib.
Yeah. The final tashahhud.
Yeah. The final tashahhud. Okay, Taib. So,
Oh shit, is it pillow? Quick question. The first tashahhud.
here's I have a question. Yeah. Go ahead.
The
No, it's good. Good.
first tashahhud
Yeah.
is not compulsory to say Salat Ibrahim.
No, it's compulsory. It's just that it's not from the pillars. If you miss
He
it,
said in the first one, Salatu Ibrahim.
No. I mean, like, maybe Salat of 4 pillars. The first,
right,
from the first to you sit,
right.
the tashahhud.
Uh-huh.
So, is Salat Ibrahim compulsory for that, the first one?
Okay, now,
Also,
the scholars say it's better not to say it. They say it's better not to say it. Say it in the last one,
or
right? But you can't say it in the second one. Now, as they mentioned, you can't say it, but they say it's better not to say it. Taib.
just do tashahhud and that.
Does it tashahhud and you yes. Taib. So those are the 14. Now, the Sheikh mentions. So he says that all these 14, they do not drop in any situations. In any situation, you don't drop them. Either if you intentionally miss them, then salat is nullified. But if you forget, and you remember, you have to come back and start from that point that you forget and complete it. And if you forget after salah, you have to start your salah all over again. You have to salah all over again. Now the Sheikh mentioned he said that, he mentioned something, subhanAllah, this hadith is tremendous. He says, hadith Udayfa, he said, وَرَوَى الْأُدَيْفَةُ رَجُلًا لَا يَتِمُ الرُّكُوعُ وَلَا السُّجُودُ فقال له ما صليت ولو مت لمت على غير فطرة التي فطر الله على محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. He said, Udayfa saw a man. We know Udayfa, right? Udayfa radiallahu anhu. What Udayfa is known for? Udayfa radiallahu anhu. Huh?
The one who used to keep the secret.
The secret, nah, jazakallah khair, yes. He used to keep the secret of Prophet. He knows the hypocrites. So he's telling this man, right? He saw a man praying. He's not completing, he's not making ruku properly, and he's not doing sujood properly. And he said to him, you have not prayed. He said, you have not prayed. He said, if you die in this state, then you have not died in the natural disposition that Allah created Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Meaning what? Meaning it's Islam. Meaning Islam. So it's a very serious issue. And even more serious than this is what? Tawheed. Even serious is Tawheed. Because Tawheed is what? It's more hidden than Salah. Salah, if you're a new Muslim, you can learn a lot of stuff by watching people generally. You can learn a lot of people by watching people pray. Right? The movement if you watch, a lot of them you can learn. But Tawheed is more hidden than that. And this is why it amazes me that you find a lot of people, they're not giving importance to things that people need. Like teaching people Tawheed. And teach people Salah. They'll be teaching people something else. So David is telling this man, if you die in this state, you died in other than the state of Islam. In another narration, Sheikh Salih Fawzan, I don't know where the Sheikh mentioned this narration from. He mentioned that in a narration that's similar to this, he says that Udayfa asked this man, for how long have you been praying like this? He said, I've been praying like this for 40 years. Huh? Then Udayfa he said to him, you've been praying like this for 40 years? If you die in this state, you die other than the natural disposition of Islam. So, it is something that is important that, and subhanAllah, we were mentioning in the hadith of yesterday, in Sharh al-Sunnah, we were talking about yesterday. Hadith of Umar, narration of Umar, radiallahu anhu, where he said that there's no excuse for anyone that he thinks is guided or is misguided. He thinks that he's guided but he's upon misguidance. Or a person who's upon guidance and he live it because everything has been clarified. The deen has been clarified. And subhanAllah, you're like, subhanAllah, what is going on? Because for those who learn, those who study with the scholars, you look at the scholars are talking about some things, and people here are talking about something else. Wallahi, this is the reality of what we're facing here. The things that the scholars give importance to over there, where the scholars are. And you come people here, this one is talking about this, and this one is talking about this. And no, people are not excused from that. Although, the people are responsible for them. Because a hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, where Prophet ﷺ mentioned that there's no one that Allah has put as a shepherd for others, and he dies, the day he dies, and he betrayed them. From betraying them is not to teach them what they need. So whatever with the imams and those who are their families and not teaching them what they need to know, that's a betrayal of them. And the Prophet mentioned in the hadith that, he will enter hellfire. We have to be left. So it's something that is serious. This kind of narration is a scary narration. Even scarier than that is something that person not learning about Tawheed, learning about Shirk. What Allah said, Inna Allah la yakfiru in shirka bihi. That Allah will not forgive that Shirk is made with Him, but He forgives anything that's less than that. So these are the things that, especially in our areas here, Allah, especially in this area where, for those who have been in this area for so long, you wonder why, how, when are people gonna, who's gonna speak about what people are doing here? Wallahi, this is something that is, someone like me, we came here, I came to this area, not know anything. When I came to this area, I was started practicing. Right? And Allah give a person tawfiq to get and learn. And you find out, and you came back like, this stuff is still going on here. So generations have been wasted. Wallahi, this is a big problem. It's a big problem. So it is important, wallahi, to seek. We should not be content in what we hear in this masjid that we around us. Wallahi, we should not be content. We need to find out and seek out this knowledge, because there are way more knowledge out there than what we know. Because a lot of people, they are content where they are. They don't want to move. They think this is Islam, but Islam is deeper than that. Right. We move on, inshallah. So the Sheikh's mentioned. So the Sheikh, after mentioning the hadith of the Daifa, he mentioned that فهذا الدليل على وجوب تعليم أحكام الصلاة. He said, after mentioning that, he shows that this shows the obligation of learning the obligation of rulings of Salah. Of course, ruling of Tawheed is of a greater importance. He said, من شروطها, and from the conditions, ومن أركانها, and from its pillars, وواجباتها, and its obligations, وسننها, حتى يؤديها العبد على حسب ما شرع الله سبحانه وتعالى, so that the person will establish it the way Allah legislated it. So Allah do the way Allah legislated it. طيب. He said, ولا يتخذ العادات والتقليد سبيلا تمشى عليه. So a person does not take his religion as adat, as a habit and blind following. And blind following. He said, لا بد أن تكون صلاته موافقا لما شرع الله سبحانه وتعالى. That is, salah has to be in the way Allah legislated. So the Sheikh moved on, and he mentioned. Now the Sheikh is going to mention the obligations. How many obligations are there? How many? But we've done it before. Eh?
8.
There are 8 of them. Now, there's 8 of obligations. The first one is what? The first. So we said there are 3 parts of Salah. There's pillars, there are obligations, and there are sunans or sunan.
All the Allahu Akbar, all the takbir.
Allah, yeah. Other than the first one. That's the first one. So the first one is the first takbir. If you don't say it, you haven't even started your salah yet. But all of the Allahu Akbar after that, takbirat. Then after that, what's the next one?
The second surah after Fatiha.
It's not wajib.
No, it's not wajib. That's from the sunnah. We're gonna mention that, inshallah. Nah, sami Allahu liman hamida. Jazakallah khairan nas. Sami Allahu liman hamida. For the imam and the one who's praying alone. He says, and he says, وَتَحْمِيدْ لِكُلِّ رَبَّنَا وَلَكَ الْحَمْدُ. Who said that? Only the follower? The imam and the follower said. So, Sami Allahu liman hamida, Rabbana wa lakal hamd. The imam says, Sami Allahu liman hamida, Rabbana wa lakal hamd. The ma'mum, the one who's following, say, ربنا ولك الحمد alone. طيب. So he says, so what's after that?
The,
How many have you mentioned so far now?
That's two.
So,
There's no 3.
No, three.
Sami Allah liman hamda. Rabbana wa lakal hamd. That's 3. Then after what you say in your ruku, Subhana Rabbiyal Azim.
I mean, Alim.
Subhana Rabbiyal Azim. Okay. What do you say in sujood? Huh? That's 5, right? So how many we have left? Huh? Rabbi Firli. Jazakallah khairan. Naam. What's after that? Tashahud al-awwal. La. Jazakallah khairan. That's important, yes. And what's after that?
That's the second one. You mean the first?
The first one, yes. The second one is pillar. The first one is obligation. Then after that, what's the 8th one? Sitting for it.
No.
You sit for, that's the 8th. So now the obligations now, we mentioned 14 we said that for the rukun, for the arkan, if you forget it or you intended to forget it, your salah is nullified. But for the obligation of 8 we just mentioned now, if you do it intentionally, your salah is nullified.
You're saying salah, you mean if you forget it and remember it, then that portion that you forgot, the portion that you made, you need to make up.
Which one is that?
You said if you forget it,
Yeah.
your salah is no good.
Yeah, for the pillars, the 14 that we mentioned. Yeah, salah is no good. Or you have to come back from the point, if you're still in salah,
The point that you
and you continue the rest of the salah from there. But if after the salah, then you have to repeat the salah.
Okay, so in these requirements, it's say. Does that mean it's a requirement to move the lips?
Now, it is required to move the lips. Now, you have to move your lips.
I mean, because I see a lot of people that they're basically thinking the salah. They're thinking it because their lips aren't moving.
It's not a law. You have to move your lips to count. You don't have to recite loud, but your lips have to move.
For all of the parts that we're talking about.
For all the parts that we're talking about now.
Did you mention all the 8? I think I got.
Yeah, 8. The first one is all the takbirat.
Right, except the first one.
Yeah?
Except
Except
the first
the first one.
She's the rukun, yeah.
سمع الله لمن حمده ربنا ولك الحمد. Third, سبحان ربي العظيم. سبحان ربي الأعلى. What else? ربي اغفر لي. First tashahud and sitting for it. Now, so now for this one, if you forget it, if you intentionally, the salah is nullified. But if you forget it, what do you have to do? Sujood salah when? Before the last tashahhud.
Isn't there a difference of opinion on that? Like
Now,
when you can make it?
if you forget it, if you forget to do it before taslim, you can do after. You can do after. Now, but the correct position is that you do it before now.
If you remember.
If you remember now.
So what do you say during that?
Huh?
What do you say during
You just say, you make sujood sahu.
and say what?
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Just the normal stuff
When
you
you're
say.
down in sujood, is there something you say?
Subhan Rabbi al-A'la.
No, nothing like.
No, you don't say anything. You just say, just make 2 sujood. Say Allahu Akbar, why you make the sujood, Subhan Rabbi al-A'la 3 times, or whatever, how many times you want to say it. Then you come back, you say it again.
Come back.
Then, but you say it after you say the tashahhud.
Yes.
You've said everything else, then you make that 2 sujood, then you taslim out, and that's how you're done. Now, طيب.
Good question.
Now,
Now, okay. So maybe doing Zoe or Ashri, you're not supposed to recite it out,
now,
but I forgot. I now recited it out. Does that have any effect?
we're gonna discuss about it, inshallah. We'll talk about that. If you say it out loud, if you say it out loud or quiet, it's from the sunnah, then in that case, you make sujood after. It's going to be mentioned after the sunnah, right? It's better to make sujood after. It's better. Now, I'm going to discuss after the sunnah. Now, the Sheikh is going to mention. Sorry. So the Sheikh mention now is going to mention the sunnah. How many are the sunnah?
Nah.
I want to see.
17.
Yeah.
There's 17 of them. The sunnah, it is better to, if you forget them, if you skip them intentionally, your salah is not nullified. Right? If you don't say them intentionally, your salah is not nullified. But if you forget, it's better to make sujood as well. Taib. And from them, from the order the sunnah,
Reciting loudly or quietly, like you mentioned.
nah, that's one of them. Nah, we're gonna get to that.
Loudly or quietly in accordance with the.
But that's not the first one though. We're gonna start from the beginning.
Reciting the second surah.
Yeah.
No, the first one is Salah Istiftah. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك وتبارك اسمك وتعالى جدك ولا غيرك. Istiftah, yeah. So the جزاك الله خير دعاء استفتاح. Now, so you say this, right? Then after that, what's after that? أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. What's after that?
For sunnah?
Yeah, the sunnah we mentioned. It's 17 of them. We mentioned the 17 of them.
Surah after Fatiha.
No, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim.
So that makes, so, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, that's two. That's just,
That's on its own.
that's on its own?
Yeah.
Bismillah.
Bismillah ar-Rahman is on its own.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. If you don't say Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, your salah is, if you just say, recite it, you're okay. Right? But if you don't say, it makes sujood yourself, it's fine as well, but it's better to make sujood yourself. Then after that, what's after that?
A second surah after Fatiha.
No. Ta'meen. Say Ameen. Right? If you say Ameen, it's from the Sunnah.
These are things we do, but we just don't count them. You know what I'm saying?
But now, this is why this we're learning. The scholars are breaking it down. They break this kind of stuff down. And that's why when you go and learn from the scholars, that's why, whoever can learn Arabic, go learn it, wallahi al-azim. You'll be amazed. The amount of knowledge, how the scholars, they'll break it down to you. It's like they're doing like a surgery. Allahu Akbar, wallahi. They will break it down for you. You open your mouth like, what is going on? This is amazing. Wallahi.
Some Sunnah wa Jama'ah, if you know say Bismillah ar-Rahman, Allah the first, they leave you in Salah. They say this demand is bid'ah.
No. Those are extreme people.
Some Sunnah.
No. Or either the person is ignorant or is in a extreme. It's too extreme. Right? Some people have the wrong jealousy for it. They don't understand how to be jealous for the religion. Being jealous for religion has to be balanced. You cannot go too much to the right, nor go too much to the left. Right. So we mentioned after that. Then you mentioned what you mentioned the other one?
After Fatiha. Surah after.
Yeah. قراءة السورة في الأوليين.
Oh, yeah.
The surah that follows Surah Al-Fatiha is Sunnah. نعم. After that,
Reciting loudly.
وفي صلاة الفجر والجمعة والعيد وتطوع كله. In Sheikh mentioned for Salat al-Fajr and Jum'ah and all the rest of them. In terms of the surah that that are 2 rak'ah now. So he mentioned wal jahar and to say it out loud. If it's loud or quiet, in where you're supposed to be quiet, you're loud. And where it's supposed to be loud, you're quiet, is sunnah. Right? If you for example, in the Asr, for example, you recite loud, right? Your salah is not nullified by that. It's not nullified. It's sunnah. And for Maghrib, if you recite quietly, of course, you want to follow the Sunnah. All right, it's not for you now to say, you know what, I want to do it now. But your Salah is not nullified. So you mentioned Wakhfat. Okay, that's it. Be quiet. And also, what you say when you come from Ruku'. Sami Allahu liman hamida. Right? No, not Sami Allahu Rabbana. Mila samawati wa mila ard. The other thing that you say. These are all from the Sunnah as well too. Yeah, now, Jazakallah khair, to the end of it. So, and also the things that you say when it comes to, in addition to ruku and sujood. Subhana Rabbil Azim, you can say more. There are other things as you mentioned in terms of narration. But if you say those things, those are sunnah. They're sunnah. Also, call Rabbik Firili. Rabbik Firili. Also, and when you say you said Rabbik Firili also in your in ruku and sujood as well too. The narrations are mentioned as well. I mean after you say Subhana Rabbi Azim, after you can say that. وتعوذ في التشهد الأخير. The تعوذ, which is the اللهم إني أعوذ بك من عذاب جهنم وعذاب القبر, right? These are extra, right? It's sunnah as well. I think something happened here. I missed something. So here it's mentioning. It mentioned والصلاة على النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم وبركة عليه. طيب. I got. Yeah, that's the same as Salat al-Ibrahimiyya. That's Salat al-Ibrahimiyya. خلاص. Let me go back. I'll check what it mentioned regarding that. Because we say it's part of the wajibat, of the arkan. But we're going to check that inshallah. طيب, I'll look at it inshallah later on. طيب. So he says, وَالْجُلُوسُ لَهُ. No, sorry, that's let's talk about. So you said. So after that, you said was setting salah and the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So those are the sunnah. Those are 17. We mentioned for 17. How many we mentioned? You're not counting, right?
No,
We didn't count it. Huh?
1, 2. Okay. They don't sound like around 10 or something like that.
Okay.
The salah, the dua.
There's 17 of them.
How
How much time do you have left? Okay, we're gonna try to finish up with that because there are other sunnah you mentioned, but we're gonna try maybe leave that for next class. The sunnah is gonna mention now, which is after we're gonna discuss it, but the sunnah you mentioned as the sunnah of actions, right? For example, putting when you stand for you say Allahu Akbar, you have to make sure that the bottom of your is facing the Qibla. Not to do it like this. Maybe that it's like this.
The raising the hands is
The-
actually some.
It is also is sunnah of actions.
Right.
Yeah.
Because there are some people who don't raise their hands during like raising up from ruku, for example. They may not raise their hands. So it's not.
That and of course we mentioned that that is from the from the sunnah. Yeah, naam. Some people don't. Yeah, some of them are that now. That's true now. So in any case, but I'm gonna leave this to next week. But let's mention exam the so let's go over the 14 or the 17 he mentioned again. He mentioned dua istiftah. Istiftah. Now. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم 2. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. آمين. تأمين. نعم. Number 4. What else? قراءة سورة الأولين. reciting surah after Fatiha.
Surah at the Fatiha.
5.
Loudly,
Loudly
then quietly.
or quietly.
Separate.
Depending.
And this what the dua you say after you say Sami Allah Rabbana wa lakal hamd. What do you say after that? Yeah. Hamda kathiran tayyiban and all and the rest of them. Now,
Dua after
tasbih,
on the ruku.
tasbih fi وما زاد على التسبيح, and also what you say Subhana Rabbi al-Azim, and what's other than that? What's other than that? Whatever people will say after that, more than that. I mean, what comes after that?
That's in the ruku, right?
In the ruku, yeah.
Both.
What comes after? Not Subhana Rabbi al-Azim, but what comes after in terms of the things I just mentioned, the Sunnah.
Then the same thing for sujood.
Anything for sujood,
And sitting.
uh,
And sitting in between the sajdatain.
and before that, we say Rabbi Kfirli. Rabbi Kfirli also is also from there. Also,
Which you can say after it.
tashahud, ta'awudh, meaning that saying that a'udhu billah, a'udhu min adhabi jahannam. Right, that's one of them. I mean, we have mentioned a while.
11.
Wa salat ala nabi,
Salatu Ibrahimiyya.
wa barakatuhu alayhi, wa barakatuhu alayhi wa alayhim. Right? So the Shaykh, okay, I guess the Shaykh, he mentioned 17, but he put all of them together, which is, he mentioned Salat al-Fajr, wa Salat al-Fajr, wa Jum'ah, wa al-Eid, wa Tatawwu, wa Kullah. So he mentioned all this as part of that, but he mentioned as 17. But ala kulli hal, what is important is that once you know the pillars, and you know the obligations, the rest, what is left are all sunnah. Or sunnah. Type. In that case, I think we should start there, inshallah. If there are any questions, we just take the question. If not, then we'll wrap it up before. Type. Nah, for
I
that.
have a question. So, it's about fasting, right? You know, sometimes maybe you're fasting, you're in salah, you now have this thick saliva in your throat. You know, you don't want to leave the salah, and you don't want to take it in. So, if you then ended up taking it in, does it break your fast?
No. No. Doesn't break your fast.
Even if you are not in salah.
Even if you're not in salah, yeah, it doesn't.
Phlegm is makruh.
It doesn't break your. It doesn't.
Phlegm, he's saying the name for it is called phlegm.
It's phlegm,
It's
but
disliked. It's not haram.
it's not haram. Nobody's saying it's haram.
Yeah. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
even if you stick it in while you're fasting, yeah, I mean, there's nothing upon you.
Oh,
Yeah, it's nothing upon you. طيب. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك اشهد ان لا اله الا انت استغفرك واتوب اليك.